Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if you were sticking around earlier and are still with us, then you know why both of us are so excited for this next segment. We talk about the digital space and what it's bringing to the forefront, and especially in the segment of style. So I want you to meet the man himself, Sergio, who is the content creator behind the Gentleman's Lifestyle account, What My Boyfriend Wore.
Absolute brilliance. And if you know him, you know. Here he aims to inspire men to up their style game by creating classic, timeless, if you will, looks with a contemporary twist. That's how you take trend and you combine it with slow fashion. And I want to say slow fashion a lot because there is a place for this kind of stylistic taste and flair and look, but you've already shot us all in the foot by looking as good as you do today, as we'd expect.
How else am I supposed to show up, really?
Exactly. Brother, first of all, how are you, my friend?
Good. It's been it was a good year. It was a good 2024.
Yeah, man, so many things to touch on.
Yeah, with that being said, obviously, I love your conversations that you encourage. It's all around style, but it goes deeper than just the aesthetic. There's a lot more to you than just a beautiful, dapper facade. I want to talk about this year for you because I always feel like fashion kind of represents this journey. It represents or it becomes this external expression of our personal journeys.
Yeah.
For you, it's been an incredible one, man, to see how you've continually navigated these spaces and brought through some of the most incredible looks and inspiration. I want to commend that, but also want to ask you, how has that journey evolved for you? Has it really represented a new nuance in your style? Or has it kind of just been like timeless classics all the time?
So I think it's a little bit maybe of both. So I think it's been timeless classics all the time because that is my style. And that's always my style. And I think that style evolves even with the time. So you're always going with, I wouldn't say the trends, but the world of menswear moves. It moves quite slowly, but things become slimmer, things become broader.
Yeah.
So you stay within a classic style, and then you kind of adapt a little bit to what is on trend. So I'm starting to go a little bit wider, a little bit broader in the lapels. That's because that's a slow trend that's moving in that kind of way. In terms of my year and how I've started to adapt my style is, instead of going more, I've gone a lot less.
Oh, wow.
And it's a big thing that I'm trying to drive. I think there's so much overconsumption and kind of driving to just get more and more. And I'm in a world where I'm actually trying to play, what can we do with less?
Love that.
And that is more the world that I'm going to, because I think when you buy smart, the wardrobe you buy and the wardrobe you build should last you forever.
Completely. And get to know your tailor, yeah?
I absolutely resonate with that. I've been trying that strategic sort of style for a while now, just the Speedo.
You don't have to
Less
speak
is
all
more.
fancy. Now that Sergio's here and say big words like strategic.
Strategic, sartorial. Yeah, man, I love that. And I love the fact that you are presenting something of an option for a lot of us. I want to know, when it comes to your style, when it comes to that deeper meaning, it's not just about the aesthetic look. I mean, yes, that's at the forefront of it, but there's a deeper, like, sort of reason and a meaning behind why you have these subtle sort of impact moments. I noticed, for instance, the embroidery on the cuff. It's something so subtle, but yet it's a conversation starter. It brings about a sense of curiosity. This is intentional, right?
Yes, well, I mean, I think it's more than that. I think it's also maybe a sense of pride. So I think if you take pride in how you dress, you just show up in a completely different way, right? If you walk into a room and you feel like you look good, you start to act that way.
You emanate that,
And I think if you're wearing an item of clothing or an outfit that you don't really feel completely at ease in, you're the guy in the corner of the room who just looks off because you're kind of trying to adjust.
You're not living it.
Feel
Yeah,
right,
for
right?
sure.
Something about you doesn't feel right. And that is the energy that you portray. So when you have all these little details, like when you buy an item of clothing, you go and have it so that it's altered to fit you. That little piece of standing in front of the mirror and just going, damn, that looks good. Like, that's the feeling that you carry around. And that's kind of why I do.
And it becomes a ritual that you can keep dipping into when other aspects of your life maybe are a little bit out of your control. This is in your control.
That is in your control.
You can wake up, you can get out of bed, and you can sort yourself out.
Yeah.
And I love that. I absolutely love that. Now, you made it very simple, and feeding off what Riley's been saying, this kind of accessibility to a space in fashion that's not normally accessible with your 30-day wardrobe challenge on TikTok. Obviously, I think that might have been a big part of your kind of evolution and how people really just jumped on the content that you're creating. what sort of shift or reaction did you get from your I want to say your viewers, your followers, maybe is the right way, your tribe?
Yeah, I mean, I think they appreciated the idea that I was trying to promote less rather than trying to promote more. And I think that's what came through the most, because the reaction I got a lot was, I have so many of these items in my wardrobe, and I chose items that I thought most men would have, and they were like, I've got now new ideas and ways to wear it that I never, ever used to think of. And that was the idea about trying to put together a month's worth of outfits with only using 15 items of clothing.
I love
because
that.
it's this idea of going like, well, if I can do this much with only these items, imagine what you could do with your wardrobe, which is probably 2-3 times this, 2-3 times the size of this. And that was the drive. And people seem to really enjoy the idea of going, I'm actually going to be buying less. And my thing that I drive quite hard is always like, buy less, invest wisely.
Yes.
Because I believe rather than buying 3 pairs of cheap shoes, buy 1 pair of really good and versatile shoes. They're going to last you a lot longer, and you'll be able to wear them forever. And so that is what I've been driving. I think for the last year at least, I've been driving that quite hard.
I love the fact you're like selling nobody and everyone at the same time, bro. It's absolutely amazing, dude.
Yeah, dude, you're amazing. I've got to say thank you so much for, again, inspiring gents across the globe, essentially. What you've been doing for countless years has been inspirational, to say the least. And I think a reminder for anybody out there that's wondering what to do with that old pair of trousers in the closet, or doesn't know what to do with the suit they just bought, well, let me tell you, this is the plug. If you want to add value to any item that you might have in your closet right now, then Sergio's got you covered. Go find him online, get inspired for 2025, and put on that suit of armor so that you can not only look good, but feel good, and go slay all the obstacles in front of you. Sergio, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you online.
So much for having me. Yeah, you'll see me online.
You look good today, bro.